Oh boy, wrestling fans, SmackDown tonight. Friday night SmackDown. We are just 9 days away from the 33rd annual Survivor Series, where NXT takes on Monday Night Raw, takes on SmackDown Live, takes on Friday Night SmackDown. I'm telling you, wrestling fans, the 33rd annual Survivor Series is off and running. It is off and running, and we are going to see at the Survivor Series not only Brock Lesnar taking on Rey Mysterio, but now we're going to see, wrestling fans, yowie wowie, Bray Wyatt taking on Daniel Bryan. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. You just can't make up your mind. For the Universal Championship, the Fiend defended the title at the Survivor Series against another man who is completely unstable as of late on SmackDown. Should be a great contest, if you ask me, because Daniel Bryan is another one of those superstars who could wrestle a perfect match with just about anybody. So, I can't wait to see that matchup either at Survivor Series. But tonight's SmackDown, a pretty decent build. That was my favorite part of SmackDown, honestly, was the main event segment where they had, "We're really glad that you're our friend, and this is a friendship that'll never ever end." Love the Firefly Funhouse. Absolutely love it. I wish after Seth Rollins burnt it down and they recreated it, it looked a little bit different. That way, it kind of represented, I don't know, a different like for Fox. But I'm okay with how they are doing it. And tonight's Firefly Funhouse, he represented a new Universal Championship, pretty much making the belt blue, but still a new Universal Championship. And we know SmackDown's main event at the Survivor Series. Next week, you're going to see a lot of content on this channel. Raw, SmackDown review. You're going to see on the road. You're going to see Jason Funny on it. You're going to see preview and predictions of the Survivor Series. And you're also going to see the review of the Survivor Series a week from this Sunday. So, tune in to all that content right here on the channel next week. Plus, wrestling fans, don't forget to become a subscriber today. Make sure you do that, and make sure you hit that bell button down below. It is very important so you can get notifications as they come in, and go back and check out anything that you've missed on the channel today, wrestling fans. Guys, when we look at this SmackDown, outside of all the stuff I was getting excited and joy juicing about, like a chicken with its head cut off just then, because it's great, grand, wonderful, fantastic. SmackDown, I don't know, it was alright. We saw more NXT invasions. We saw it in the women's matchup. We saw it in Bayley and Nikki Cross's match, which simply led to a 4-on-4 original Survivor Series matchup. I noticed that tonight, unlike on Monday, they even said it on commentary that this is a taste of what we're going to see at the Survivor Series. Because For those of you that might not know or might not remember about the Survivor Series, it has not always been 5 against 5. It has been 4 against 4 in the past as well. WWE's went back and forth. So, keep that in mind, okay, wrestling fans? So I noticed that tonight compared to Monday Night Raw, where they didn't mention anything about it being a taste of what we're going to see at Survivor Series, even though it was the same type booking that we saw on Monday night. We saw King Corbin. Oh gosh, help us. I'm telling you, wrestling fans, the more and 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 more we go on Twitter, we go on Facebook, we go on YouTube, we get everywhere on social media, and we tell them we don't want to see King Corbin come out on the opening segment of SmackDown on Monday Night Raw or anywhere, and that he belongs on house shows. The more he's on the opening segment of SmackDown. I don't care if he's in a rivalry with Roman Reigns, and that is what's putting him on the opening segment, because Roman Reigns is making him look better. I don't want to see Baron Corbin in the opening segment. He is cringeworthy. He's like watching paint dry. We had a pretty good opening tag team matchup though. Shorty G and Ali, they took on Dolph Ziggler and glorious Robert Roode. I am very glad that Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode did not win this matchup. WWE gave me a little bit of a scare in this matchup. I thought they were going to go with the whole, let's load the entire SmackDown Survivor Series team up with heels except Roman Reigns, and then kind of make it where Roman Reigns doesn't have any friends on his team, so he has to survive the entire Survivor Series match kind of by himself, you know, because they're all going to, you know, eventually just leave him, right? So we'll just have to, I was just really hoping that wouldn't have happened, and it didn't. Ali, Shorty G, they won. I'm glad, because as you know, I have been praising Ali week in and week out until I'm blue in the face. Hopefully, pretty soon, he captures the Intercontinental Championship away from Shinsuke Nakamura. Hopefully. I am knocking on wood. I don't know how much longer I can keep on saying it into each and every SmackDown review. Give Ali the Intercontinental Championship. Feel like I'm talking to a brick wall. But anyway, we're talking about the Survivor Series here. On our way here on this SmackDown review. One thing that we should notice though, CM Punk. He is going to be on WWE Backstage come Tuesday. I'm interested to see what's going to happen on that. I'm interested to see what he's going to say on that. WWE's actually giving me a reason now to tune in to WWE Backstage. just hearing Booker T and Renee Young on WWE Backstage really doesn't give me a reason to tune in. Why? Because you hear them every single time WWE has a pay-per-view. That's all it is. You're just listening to a pay-per-view, in my eyes. So I'm glad we have CM Punk on there this Tuesday. So hopefully brings a new element to the show. And other than that, and WWE advertising the Rey Mysterio Brock Lesnar matchup, and WWE advertising some of the NXT matches, or I shouldn't say matches, NXT Invasion, because of the tag teams, and then of the women's invasion, because we had the New Day taking on the Revival for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Yeah, that's right. Tag team titles were on the line. Now, wrestling fans, they actually were this close to making me believe that the titles were going to change hands again. They were going to flip-flop the titles. Almost made me believe. Just so they could give the New Day another reign under their belt pretty soon. Probably the following week, right after the Survivor Series, something like that. They almost made me believe it. And then, of course, NXT jumped the Tag Team Championship matchup. So I'm glad that did not happen, wrestling fans. I'm glad the titles did not change. I am so glad the titles did not change hands tonight. Because, honestly, I have been... If anybody knows anything about me, if you know me out there, or if you have been watching me for any length of time at all, I know some of the people that's watching this knows me. So if you are one of the people watching this that knows me, you know that when it comes to championships, and it comes to what I think about title reigns, it is not how many times a superstar holds a championship. It's about what they do with them. Yes, the New Day has held the Tag Team Championships 7 times. But when you look at the title reigns, there's only been one, maybe two, where they've really done a lot with it. One for sure. If you get right down to it. The same can be said for so many superstars that have numerous title reigns. So many. But I'm not going to get into that right now. The only thing I'm going to say is I am glad that the titles did not change hands tonight, because I don't like it when titles just flip-flop very quickly. I don't like it. But outside of the NXT invasion and outside of WWE promoting the Survivor Series matches over on Monday Night Raw, and all of us getting what I think what we've been wanting. And that is Yowie Wowie taking on yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, Daniel Bryan. I know that's something I've been wanting. That's something that really strikes me as a good matchup. A good matchup for the Survivor Series and for any WWE pay-per-view that strikes for a good matchup. Promises to be. Can't wait to see it. But outside of that, SmackDown, just a show. And I hope you enjoyed this review. And if you did, wrestling fans, don't forget to go down there and subscribe. Make sure you do that today. Make sure you hit that bell button. Make sure you leave me a like and a comment down below. Make sure you do all that stuff that I mentioned at the beginning and just then. And have a good weekend as well. And all that kind of good stuff that I always end up telling you throughout the week. Make sure you do that too. So until I see you again, this is Webby. And I'll catch all of you on the other side. Talk to you later.